I am somebody who has been very much involved in public life and active citizenship, championing the rights of all Kenyans. And I realized that the time was right now to look at the idea of providing legislative leadership for the Elgeyo Marakwet County, which is my home county, although I am an active citizen who supports and defends the rights of all Kenyans. Elgeyo Marakwet County is a county of vast potential. It is beautiful. The terrain is diverse. You have the highlands, you have the hanging valley, you have the lowlands, the valley itself. And I believe that Elgeyo Marakwet County is on the cusp of an economic revolution. We have so much potential when it comes to issues of agriculture. And this is one of the things that I intend to look at the legislative level, and also practically to see how to support the county government and the elected representatives all the way down to the members of county assembly to implement an agricultural agenda that transforms the economy of Elgeyo Marakwet County. We have high potential for pyrethrum that is coming back. There is tea, there is avocado that we can grow. This is a place of great potential for fruit trees. And in fact, when I look at the other element of my manifesto, which is the restoration of our water tables, the reforestation of areas that have been cleared and cut down, one of the ways we can look at restoring our environment, especially along the hanging valley, is the planting, for example, of fruit trees. So if you have orchards, avocado plantations, for example, there's the great potential to generate income, at the same time protect the hanging valley from landslides and the continued deforestation. So it has to be a win-win situation where the restoration of the environment also provides benefit to those who are living there. When you look at issues of fertilizer, which is a big issue that has been raised at this point in time, we want to see more NCPB depots in the area, because farmers are having to travel far and wide and apply in order to just get their fertilizer and take it back to their farms. We need to bring implements closer to the farmers so that they can maximize on their potential, maximize on profit. Of course, in Elgeyo Marakwet County, we have the issue of insecurity. If you go up into Marakwet, there is a West Pokot, Marakwet East and Baringo dynamic. And this is something that we have to absolutely look at. Too many men, women and children are losing their lives to banditry. And as senator, one of the things I will be looking very closely at is the cessation of hostilities by any means necessary, because women have to stop burying their children, their husbands and their sons. And in fact, there's a resolution that talks about, a UN resolution that talks about women, peace and security. And one of the things I intend to explore is the role of women when it comes to ending conflict and ensuring that they sustained peace in that part of the county. So peace and security is absolutely crucial. Of course, there's the issue of youth and unemployment. And as I traverse the county in undertaking all my campaigns and meeting people, it is absolutely shocking the numbers of young people who have finished school, who have even graduated from university and other tertiary institutions, who do not have work. So when we talk about youth and employment, where do we want youth to be? What do we want to see youth doing? Agriculture. His Excellency the President talks at length about agriculture being the next and final frontier for this country. How do we get young people involved in agriculture? How do we get them skilled up and scaled up in terms of their access to opportunities even outside of the county of Elgeyo Marakwet, so that wherever there are opportunities, we have our young people from the county able to access those opportunities, earn a gainful a living, and be able to provide support to both themselves and their families. So these are some of the areas of the manifesto that I will be exploring at length. When we look at issues of water and access to clean and affordable energy, I look at parts of the county that are so productive. They might be high yield productivity areas when it comes to potato or tea or other forms of agriculture. But at the end of the day, when I meet with the residents of those communities, those areas, those wards, those sublocations, they say one thing: water, access to water. I was in Kabalwat, which is in Chepkorio ward, and there is a dam within eyesight of the community, but no piped water. So as a senator, my question is to ask, what are the policies around water and its management? And why is it that at this point in time, clean water is not piped and readily available to so many communities? Water is not a luxury. Water is a basic right. And when it is just a stone's throw away, we have to find ways and means of ensuring that water, piped clean water, gets to the residents of Elgeyo Marakwet County. The same for electricity, and I have been a champion for energy justice over the years. We want to see electricity. Electricity is not a right, it's not a privilege, it is a right. We need to have homes connected. What happened to the last mile? Can we complete it? I've been in places where people say we paid certain sums of money and to date we are yet to have electricity. So the issue is really to see how basic services are no longer viewed as luxuries but actually rights. It is not a privilege, it is a right to have access to clean water and to have access to electricity. So when I look at my manifesto, when I look at peace and security, when I look at agriculture, when I look at issues of youth employment, when I look at issues of climate change and the restoration of our water tables, our water catchment areas, so that we can actually have a county that is not descending and degenerating into drought, I will, at legislative level, be able to continue to probe those frameworks, look at policies in place and see what resources are available so that we can channel and drive those resources down to the county, so that the county government, led by the governor himself and his deputy and members of the county assembly and the members of parliament and the woman representative for Elgeyo Marakwet County, can all have access to the resources to be able to fulfill their mandates. Mine is collaborative, mine is cooperative, mine is to hold hands with members of my community across Elgeyo Marakwet County, and the women and the men and the children and the boys and the girls, everybody in school, those out who are not employed, those who are older, those who have been around for a long time and have seen the transformation of Elgeyo Marakwet County. Mine is to see how to walk hand in hand with them and with the elected leadership to ensure that there is sustainable development and economic revival, and from the bottom up, pesa mfukoni, to make sure that every single resident of Elgeyo Marakwet County is able to live in a safe and a dignified manner.